What's going on, everybody? This is Scott, also known as ChaChingKing, and today we're going to hop over to the Seller Hub on eBay, and I'm going to show you how to navigate to the new sales page and how to turn on a sale. This only works if you have a store subscription, but if you have a store subscription, let me show you exactly what to do. We're going to start from the Seller Hub, and we are going to go to Marketing. From Marketing, we're going to go to Discounts. On discounts at the top, it'll show you performance you've had if you've run any previous sales. There are several ways to go about this, but right here, we're going to go over to create a discount. There are several different types of discounts that we can offer, but we are going to offer a sale event. And from here, I can create exactly what I want my sale to look like. So let's say that I'm going to run a 25% off sale. You can also run one that just takes off a certain amount per item. That doesn't work for me because my items are all kinds of different prices. I have some items as cheap as, say, 15 bucks, and I have other items that are as expensive as hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So trying to take off a set dollar amount wouldn't do me any good. So we're gonna run a big sale. 25% off is a big sale. We're going to select the items. Here, we have two different choices. We can go in and hand select the items that we want, and we can also just create a rule. And what I'm going to do is try to show you how each one of these works. If you have a smaller store like I do, because we've really pared ours back here recently, trying to get rid of old items, we can come in here and select the items on this one. This allows me to go in and hand select items. Right now, I have this set to oldest items appear first. Where this type of sale becomes really handy is if you're trying to clean out old items. So I could come in here and I'll show you what happens. If I click days on site, it'll bring up my newest stuff first, and then it'll roll back. Or I can do oldest stuff. But if I'm trying to clear out old items, I could come through here and start selecting. If I click the top one, it'll highlight everything on this page. You'll notice down here it's selected 200 items. Or I can go through and I can do these one at a time. But let's say that I'm going to select everything. What I would want to do there is now take off the items I don't want to have in the sale. My dust mop pads sell right where they're at for years and years and years. So I'm going to take those off. I can leave the flags up there. And the only things that I would want to take off are things that for some reason I don't think need to be on sale. Let me scroll down here to the bottom. And as I go through all 200 items, I can then move over to the next page. And watch what happens when I click this. Now it's updated to 390. So it's essentially chosen everything in my store except for a handful of items. Once I've selected everything I want to be in the sale, I would come over here and I would confirm selections. And then I can save and review this. The sale event name, I don't ever mess with. I don't think it makes any difference at all. I will tell you one box I don't like to check. This one right here, include skipped items when they qualify. If this is checked, every time I list a new item, it gets included in the sale. And a lot of times, at least for Melody and I, we don't need to put our new items on sale for at least a couple of weeks, because a lot of those new items are going to sell at full price. So I never check this one right here. I still can change this. Like if I've gone through this part and I'm like, I don't really want to do that, I can still go through and change that. Keep items in the sale and block revisions for price increases. That doesn't normally impact me because I'm not going through and increasing my prices typically. If I've done my research and I've set the prices the way they need to be, I don't have to go in and do much with this. This next one, the date range, I think is really important. If you'll notice, the default here was for an entire month. For me, when I run a sale, I want a sense of urgency. So I normally have mine end on a Sunday. I don't have a great reason for that. That may be the worst day, but I end mine on a Sunday night. And if I go to when this is going to end, if I'm on the 19th, at a minimum, I'm going to go to that Sunday night. And at a maximum, I would go to this Sunday night. I go down to 11:30. This part here does show up. So I've typed in a few before that I've used. So fall into savings. If I click launch right here, this sale will be ready to go. And as soon as eBay has everything set up, then those sales will start appearing on your page. That is the first way to create this. Let's back up and let me show you another way. When we create sales using categories, I like this when you have a large store. We've had our store as much as thousands of items before. And when you do that, you do not want to go through and try and click individual items for a sale. So let me show you what you can do. Here, we're going to create a rule. And here's what I do on category. If I'm trying to run a store-wide sale, I'm choosing all inventory. We're going to reduce that. And this is called a filter. From this filter right here, I can choose, for example, a range on the price. I don't want items that are cheaper than $15 also being included in a sale. So, but if you don't provide a range, then it doesn't include it in your filter. So I don't have any items that are $5,000. So if I do that right here, when I click this right here, it's going to add that filter to my sale. Then I can save and review. Again, you'll notice it automatically defaults to this way far away date, which I don't want. So I would probably have it cut off the first. And I do need to give this part a name. Up here, the sale event name, the buyer doesn't see that, and I don't do anything with it. It's kind of like your SKU number in your listing. You could do whatever you want to do with this part right here. I don't need to include that for me because I don't do anything with it. I leave that however it shows up. But right here, the buyer does see this one. So I have a few sale names I use quite often. When I launch this, we'll scroll down here, and you're going to see now that it shows up as scheduled. So this sale event name, and here's my information right here. And I can always go through here and edit this, copy it, or delete it. I copy sales a lot. This save up to 15%, right here, I do 15% off a lot. And I try to keep the date range relatively short. I want a sense of urgency when they're looking at it. Running a sale, in my opinion, is one of the most effective ways to get more eyes on my listings. My last video was about promoting listings. That's at the bottom of the barrel for me. Most important is always having a good item and having a good title where you take advantage of those characters, good pictures that are clear and show the buyer what they're getting, and a clear description, just an accurate listing. That's way more important than sales or promotions or any of this other stuff. Sales for me make a much bigger difference than, say, promoted listings. Probably the only thing that comes close for me as far as running a sale goes would be turning on best offer. Super easy once you know where to click. That's it for this one. I'll see you real soon on the next one. Bye.